All right, so we'll begin with the questions for our panelists. We're going to start off with some introductions. I'd like each of you guys to please explain your name, grade, school, and then if applicable, your major and what made you choose that major. Let's begin with Irene.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me clearly. My name is Irene, and I'm currently a sophomore at UC San Diego, and I'm majoring in psychology. And I chose this major because when I was in high school, I always know that I want to do something about research. Like probably STEM field is something I'm always wanted to be in, but I am figuring out more about my interests in general. I really realize that like I love human interaction, and I always wonder about like all these questions about like why we feel a certain way and why we interact in a certain way. So I feel like that is what made me decided to choose psychology as a major at the end, and I'm hoping to do research about it like in the future.
Thank you, Irene. All right, let's go on to Christine. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christine. I am a freshman at Texas A&M. I'm actually in my dorm right now. So I'm part of the engineering program. I'm specifically interested in nuclear engineering. But this first year is kind of just general engineering courses, and then next year I'll start taking more nuclear engineering specific classes. I'm interested in nuclear engineering specifically. I've always loved mathematics, and I love that engineering really allows me to be creative, and I want to educate more people about nuclear engineering and the effects of like nuclear energy and how we can promote that and educate people about such like many people have a negative view of that, understandably, because of accidents such as Fukushima, and to educate people on why those accidents did occur and how they should have been and how they can be prevented so that we can use nuclear energy as a very like viable, sustainable, and of course safe use of energy. So
Thank you so much, Christine. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mysterious thing to a lot of people, nuclear energy. So it's awesome that you're kind of advocating for it. All right, let's go on to Bianca.
Hi, I'm Bianca Sasara. I'm a senior at Alameda High School, and I'm in the future looking to major in something like molecular biology or maybe microbiology.
Excellent. Yeah, that's awesome that you already have a little bit of an idea. I definitely didn't know what I was going to major in when I was a sophomore in high school. All right, let's go on to Trudy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Trudy Sahu. I'm a sophomore at Vista del Lago High School, and I've been pretty interested in computer science recently. So I think obviously I have a pretty long ways to go before going into college, but I think that's something I could see myself majoring in.
Awesome, thank you. Oh yeah, my mistake. So Bianca is a senior in high school. Trudy is a sophomore in high school. Awesome that you also have an idea of what you want to do there. All right, so then we'll go ahead and get into some extracurriculars. So can you each just share, please, your favorite extracurricular or any COVID hobbies you may have picked up? We'll go in the same order. Irene.
Hello, it's me again.
I think Irene's connection.
Can you guys still hear me okay now?
Now we can.
If Irene's having some connectivity issues, we can start off with Christine and hopefully her Wi-Fi will come back.
okay. So a few extracurriculars I enjoy is hiking, especially because of New Mexico. Having good conversation, of course, and listening to music. I'm especially a fan of pop rock, so like Michael Jackson, Phil Collins. So yeah.
Nice. All right, Bianca, what do we got?
Over like during the lockdown, I had a lot more free time, right? So I spent my time just learning how to sew better and like make my own clothes. And I made a lot of frilly dresses, which make me happy.
That's awesome. My mom's a big seamstress, so I picked up a little bit, but I'm more on the crochet side of things. All right, Trudy, how about you?
So one of my favorite extracurriculars is speech and debate, but I also love to play tennis. So those are probably my two favorite extracurriculars.
Excellent. Some nice variety in the extracurriculars. All right. Hopefully it seems like Irene's connection completely dropped. So hopefully she'll be back with us soon, but we'll just go ahead and move to the next question. So for those of you that are in college already, are there any either subjects, classes, or extracurriculars that you think prepared you best for college? And then like, what was your college application process like for you? Because I know that it's kind of different based on the individual. And then for the high school students, what are you looking forward to most for college? And what are you looking for in a college? So whether that be access to parasailing or otherwise. Let's go ahead and begin with Christy.
Okay, so I'm a freshman in college right now. So, but like I don't have a definitive answer to the like why Texas A&M accepted me, but I'm sure we've all heard that like colleges are trying to find those well-rounded individuals, and I hope at least I got that across in my application through my academic coursework in honors and AP classes and my involvement in service activities and a nonprofit organization and those extracurriculars I was involved in through school. I was vice president of astronomy club my senior year, actively involved in Key Club, which is a service club, and I absolutely loved it. And I made so many valuable friendships that I still have. And Mu Alpha Theta, which is a math honor society club, and just like pursuing those activities, and also the physics summer camp. I attended that the summer after my freshman year, and I think the college application process, it was pretty nervous, like to go through that and to just have to like apply and then just wait. Texas A&M was pretty quick about their decision, which was nice. But just having to like prepare that and still like go to school with that, and this was also last year for me, so during the pandemic, and it was pretty stressful time to really just have to apply and throw yourself out there and hope for the best. But yes, just try to put your best foot forward. Always just do your best and know that you have, and take pride in your work. So
Thank you so much, Christine. Okay, so we have Irene back. So really quick, Irene, favorite extracurricular since we missed you on that one, or any COVID hobbies you may have gotten?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? Like, I hope it's okay now.
It's
like,
good.
Yeah, okay. So for me, I really enjoy like readings and also just watching anything like drama, animes, or movies. Like I love being a couch potato. That is my hobbies. And I also love traveling in general, but we're not able to do it during COVID. So like, I think most of the time I just stay at home and find things to entertain myself.
Awesome. All right. And then Irene, the next question we had for the college students specifically, were there any subjects or extracurriculars that you think prepared you best for college? And then also, what was your application process like?
Yeah, it's a little bit long ago for me already, but I would say that definitely I have been taking a lot of AP classes when I was in high school. And I feel like it really helped me to get into this mindset that like, if the teacher doesn't teach you, you need to self-learn it. And I think that really helped me prepare for college because like in college, sometimes you might not meet a really amazing professor who's good at teaching because all they care is about the research. And it's really important that you have the skill to like self-study by yourself and learn the subject by yourself. So I think that definitely prepared me a lot. And I would say that when I was in high school, I am an opportunity taker. So like if I heard there's some program, I would just join. Like if I'm interested, I would join them and I would just try to figure out what they are. But I would say that like for me, I really like the application process because it really gives me a time to actually rethink about all the things I did in high school. Like what are the meanings behind it? Like why am I doing it? Am I doing it because everyone is doing it? Or am I doing it because like I want to do it? Like why is it meaningful for me? So I would say that like the college application process definitely is a myth sometimes. Like people always said that statistics is important, and sometimes people said that no, extracurricular is important. But at the end of the day, I feel like you get into the school that you get in because like they see something from you and they think you will be fit for that school. So I think that would be my answer.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you can't always believe all those charts that they have for your probability of getting into any given college. All right, high school students then, what are you looking forward to about college and what are you looking for in a college?
What I'm looking forward to in college is just meeting new people and learning new things and growing myself as a person. And I'm also looking at colleges that might have a good lab, like UC Berkeley, right? Not every college has like a bioreactor or something cool like that. And yeah.
Thank you. Trudy.
The thing that I'm most excited for about college is probably, like Bianca said, just meeting new people, but also just like getting like a more diverse education that's like more specialized in like exactly what you want to do, and maybe not even exactly what you want to do, but just getting to be able to meet, professors who specialize in what you're interested in, and meeting other people who are also interested in what you want to do. And then I definitely would like to go to a college that's in California, but also a college that has a lot of has diversity among its students, because I think that's really important, just surrounding yourself with a variety of people and being able to hear, other people's experiences with life and just, being around different people.
Definitely. I think that almost any school in California would give you lots of diverse people from various backgrounds. And I am totally I love California, so I understood you there. Only applied to schools in California. Okay. All right. So then we're going to talk a little bit about camp now. So this is applicable to all of you for the various different camps that you attended. So let's begin when you do start answering this question, mention what year and which one of the camps you attended. But what aspect of camp do you think impacted you most? We'll begin with Irene again.
Yes. So I am a little bit old apparently because I attended the SAGE camp in 2018, which is like the first camp for SAGE in person. And then I feel like the one aspect that, well, there's multiple aspects of the camp that really had like most impacted me a lot is like one of them is definitely the professional development session, which is a session we actually learn about the soft skill, about learning about things such as like comfort zone, panic zone, etc., and skill to just make you like focus on yourself more. I feel like that really helped me and impacted me a lot because it really helped me to become an individual who actually do self-reflection on their own and try to like basically slow down for a certain time to actually look back about what I had done and like what it means to myself. And another aspect of the camp that I really like and also that impact me a lot is also the speaker like that I met. The career speaker, like it was amazing to see like how they get to where they are and also how interesting their journey can be so different. Like even though like they probably all ended up as Slack, but like they're doing completely different thing. So I think those are the two aspects that had the most impact on me.
Thank you so much, Irene. And then we'll go over to Christine.
Okay, so I attended a 2-week program, the physics summer camp for young women interested in STEM in northern New Mexico. This was 2018, the summer before my sophomore year in high school, and this was like a really valuable and engaging experience for me. I learned about internship opportunities at the National Lab in Los Alamos, various career jobs that stem through the guest presentations that we also had, and just how so many people had the different pathways, and it wasn't a very like clear just line for everyone. And but I think like the camp taught me so many things about like the career jobs, like opportunities and guest presentations, and also like professional development, as Irene also talked about. But I think the most impactful thing that I've like continued to carry on with me was the confidence I gained, because Dr. Anna, she like really pushes her students to like seek out those opportunities and to take pride in your work and to continue asking others and to keep asking those questions. And that's what I've really continued to carry on with me these past few years.
Thank you so much, Christine, and big shout out to Anna. Woohoo! Awesome. All right, Bianca, what about you? It's more recent for you ladies, so hopefully there's something.
I think Trudy and we both went to this past summer's 2021 Sage Camp. And the thing that had the most impact, the activity that had the most impact for me personally, were the job shadows. And in these job shadows, we could make connections and ask questions and gain insight on like a variety of different scientists and what their life is like at Berkeley Lab. And it gave me a better picture of what it would be like to work at a research institution like that. And I definitely liked seeing how they worked in the lab, like what types of measures they would take to prevent contamination that I wouldn't personally do in a lab in my school. It was very cool.
Thank you, Bianca. I'm a huge fan of job shadows too. I was the lead of the subcommittee for job shadow at Slacks. Woohoo! All right, Trudy.
Honestly, all the aspects of camp were pretty impactful on me, because I actually went into camp not really liking STEM, because, it was just never something I considered as like, pursuing something in like the science field. But after hearing everyone's stories and kind of seeing representation in the field, which I think is really important, especially for women, and doing the Chibitronics project. I'm not sure if everyone did that project, but there was some coding involved with that, and that kind of pushed me to pursue coding outside of camp. So like taking classes and just finding like online classes as well. But just seeing hearing about all the scientists who came and did the job shadows, but also the career talks, just seeing their stories and seeing representation was really impactful for me. And now I want to go into a STEM field. So the camp was overall really impactful.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that you got exposed to some things that you wouldn't have necessarily had the opportunity to know about otherwise, all of you. That's great to hear. So then continuing on the topic of camp, what about camp has like changed your perspective or viewpoint compared to before camp? And then how has that potentially impacted your decisions post camp? So we've already gotten a little bit into this, but if you've got anything else to add.
Yes, I think the other is me again. Hello, everyone. For me, before I attended camp, I don't really have an exposure about what like working in STEM is like in general. So I feel like being in Sage Camp like in 2018, like meeting all those amazing speakers, that really changed my mindset about what is really like working in STEM. Because like I always thought that like due to the limited exposure I have for science, whenever I thought about scientists, I always thought of them as like someone who's wearing a white lab coat and they're doing something I don't understand. But like just by meeting like people in the SAGE camp, like it was amazing to see like how many female scientists are there. And also it was so empowering that I remember one of the staff told us that you should never be fear of failure. And she was sharing her story about like, how many times she failed the calculus exam in her college. And I'm just really impressed that at the same time, it completely changed my idea about like working in STEM. And that really influenced me to kind of like decided to pursue a career in research in the future. So I think that is how like the camp had really influenced me significantly.
Thank you so much. And Christine.
I think that like the camp, like it taught me to also like to not be afraid of failure. For me specifically, it looked, I kind of interpret it more as like I wasn't like a clear cut to like get an internship or to like work in STEM in like a national lab. I guess I didn't see myself as being able to do that because I always like thought it would be like for my peers who were like much like smarter and like a lot more involved with it. Sorry, I'm laughing at Dr. Hannah's reactions. But like I never really thought of myself as there, and so I was like so afraid of this because I was like, I don't even know how I got accepted into this camp, but like I'm loving it and I really want to continue to like put myself out there for a student internship and have that wonderful experience. But I was like very definitely afraid that I wouldn't be able to, and I was like, if I did get hired, they'd probably just like fire me because I'm not ready for this. I don't know, but yeah, once again, like by the end of camp, I'm glad to say that I was like much more willing to like put myself out there and continue to seek out those opportunities such as this camp and like make sure that I did keep asking those questions and seeking out those opportunities and making those connections and being able to say it's okay if it doesn't work out. Just like keep persevering, which is so important.
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I think imposter syndrome is a huge thing, even through to being a young career professional. So it's great that you've gained some confidence and, you know, self-assuredness from camp. All right, Bianca, how about you?
I agree with Christine and Irene with the idea that like a scientist or an engineer is this one kind of person that has a huge brain and they just know things and then they know everything, right? But going to camp has made me realize that scientists are humans too. I don't know. It's just humanized them in that they also make mistakes. They all also fail. And it's the idea of science is just trying and trying again, right? Until you get it. Not all researchers like get it immediately. You have to do like a number of labs and certain trials, right? And I think another thing that I've gained a new perspective on from camp is just the variety of opportunities you can have in STEM fields. Like to work in STEM, you don't necessarily have to be a scientist or researcher, right? You can be a part of science communications or help the lab gain its materials and just support the people or the scientists in STEM too, right?
Yeah, that's an excellent point. And also you guys were only really exposed, at least the SLAC and LBNL folks were only really exposed to people that are even just within national labs. So it's just like only one little part of the amazing STEM community that exists beyond that. But thank you so much, Bianca. And how about you, Trudy?
Yeah, so I think Irene, Christine, and Bianca have kind of perfectly summed up everything that I was thinking about how, you know, like there are so many different kinds of people who decide to go into the STEM field. And, you know, just like going to camp made me realize how many people go into STEM and how, you know, like similar you are to them. And it just kind of, you know, once again, like I said before, it kind of gave me like representation, which I think was really important.
Excellent. Yes. Thank you all for your sharing about your camp experience. So we're going to move on to a little bit of a different topic of more of the beyond camp experience. But I just also wanted to mention to all the other folks that are attending, if you do have any questions specifically for the panelists, go ahead and drop those in the chat and I'll get to them after this little section. So you can add those throughout. So we're going to move on to kind of internship experience, which obviously not all of our students have had yet. So for those panelists that have had internships, if you could just do like a quick, like 2-sentence summary of like what your internship was, what was it about, kind of like how did you find out about it, how did you get it? And then if you haven't had internship experience, do you have any other non-STEM related, like either a summer job or summer activities that you participate in instead during that time? And then also, what is a skill that you think you have that would be useful for future internships? So let's go ahead and start with Irene.
Hello, it's me again. So I had multiple internships, and I will go with them as like a chronological order to just make it easier in general. So the first internship I actually got was after Sage Camp. It was in 2019 when I was a junior in high school, and I attended this research internship program that hosted by UCSF. And what I did was I was working in a biomedical engineering lab, and the lab we're working on the project about like artificial kidneys that can potentially produce insulins that will help people with diabetes in general. And I think I first heard about the opportunity through my science teacher, my chemistry teacher, and it was really great. It was a really amazing program that really taught me like all the structure you need to actually create a scientific poster, which is something really amazing to me. And then my second internship was during the pandemic. It was a summer like in 2020, and I was doing an internship for a park like called the Christy Field at San Francisco. So it was a really interesting internship because like it is not only that like you're learning stuff, but at the same time you're also like creating presentation about what you had learned. And I think that internship was really interesting because I learned how to connect art with like nature together. And I am never an artistic person, but like that internship really helped me to realize the importance of like self-care and significance of like how to just like do art on yourself for fun rather than like you're doing it to show other people. So I think that really helped me to gain the confidence about like being by myself and also just like how to spend times on my own with art in general. And I heard about that program because I was taking a AP environmental science class in high school, and we have a collaboration with them at one of the projects. So I was able to hear about the opportunity. And lastly, I'm currently in an internship right now, which is at Slack, and I'm currently in the LCLS summer research assistant program again. Well, not again, first time forever. And my topic for this internship is actually science communication. And it was really amazing because like I really love communication, but I never know what communication and science is like. So being able to be in this internship was amazing because not only am I able to work with everyone's behind the scene for the SAGE program, but at the same time, I'm also able to learning like multiple perspectives of like this communication and science in general. And I feel like throughout this internship, I really got inspired again and empowered again about like, oh, I really like research and this is something I want to pursue. But yes, and lastly, I heard about this program because of Loy. Loy was sending out all the emails, and then we also have a Sage Live before last year about like summer program that exists and that's applicable. And definitely it is something I really encourage everyone to apply because as an undergrad student, I realized that like a lot of time it's really hard to find internship in your freshman or sophomore year summer, because a lot of time internships are looking for people who are in their junior year and senior year. So please take advantage of this. It's an amazing opportunity and I really enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Irene. Yeah, that's extremely impressive to me, at least, that you even had a high school internship. That is really awesome. That you're just going out there and looking for every given opportunity. And so glad that Loy was able to get out the good word about Slack internships. All right, Christine, how about you?
Okay, so this past summer, I had my first student internship with the National Laboratory at Los Alamos. So how I got that internship was kind of crazy. So I first applied generally, and it didn't fall through with management. So I was not going to have an internship, and then Dr. Anna worked really hard, and I got an even better internship. I'm specifically interested in nuclear engineering, and so I got to work with NEN1, which is nuclear engineering and non-proliferation, specifically safeguards. And just to share a little bit about what I was doing, I created a checklist for 4 gamma ray detectors, and I updated the formatted existing checklist for several other detectors used in the lab to simplify and organize the setup and the operation process of these detectors. And I also had an in-lab work assignment where I worked with a mentor to set up a network of gamma ray detectors and performed angle detector efficiency calibration. So this was just some calculations I was working with. And that was the internship itself. And then as part of it, I was also part of the incredible pilot program, the Atlanta program, where I was able to join a group of fellow first-time student interns and learn more about engineering disciplines, how to make the most of our internships through professional development. And just, it was a really great opportunity, especially to just see other student female interns who were working together. And I think the greatest benefit from this internship experience was the work exposures and skills I learned, especially because it was specifically with nuclear engineering, and that's what I'm interested in.
I think there is a lesson learned here, Christine, and to all of you. Leverage the people you know, the connections you have. You're not alone when you apply for internships. So if we know that you want to do something, right, we are here to help. Remember, that's not our daily jobs. We do that because we care, we are passionate about it. So in the case of Christine, I learned, when we learned that what she wanted to do and what had happened, we quickly took action, right? But don't wait until the last minute. If you're gonna apply for an internship, do it early, so then we can help you. There's a saying in English that I always swap it: the early bird gets the worm, or the early worm gets the bird.
Yep.
I always swap it, but don't wait until the last minute. The earlier we know, when you put the internship request, give a call to whoever in your organization that you know, whoever you know in the organization, so we can help. We don't have superpowers, right? But we are going to do everything we can to hold your hand to make sure you land in the right spot. We are your support system. We are your advocates as much as we can. Sorry for the intermission.
Oh no, that was an two excellent points from you, Anna. As much as it is so much easier to procrastinate, Lord knows, doing things in a timely manner is definitely the way to go. And then also, like Anna mentioned, one of the whole reasons why this camp or all these programs exist is to try to give you that support system, because we're trying to, get all these awesome women back into the STEM system. So yeah, make sure that you take advantage of those things. Knowing someone that already works at a place and can advocate for you is huge. So these connections you make from job shadowing and your different sessions are always super helpful. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Bianca.
Yeah, this past summer, Berkeley Lab also had this program called Experiences in Research, and I definitely felt that support system a lot was there. I got a part-time job out of it. I got to do this panel and another panel. It's great. They're all very supportive if you reach out and you're active during your program. And in this internship, I also worked in science communications like Irene, animations and graphics for them. And I first thought internships were just unpaid assistants who did odd jobs like get coffee and do whatever they don't want to do, like what regular workers want to do. But actually internships are opportunities to show off your own work and proactively put yourself out there, right? And that will lead to future opportunities too. And I heard about this opportunity through my biotech teacher. To have who went to UC, asking other people to help you out on it. Like my mom, who worked in HR, she really helped me make my application stellar. And I also added my portfolio to my application. So just like whatever you can add, just like as much as you can to get in, I think helps out a lot. And just having a good relationship with your mentor in your internship can just lead to better opportunities. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, I think that having a good relationship with your mentor or your supervisor or whatever it is, especially if they have your best interests in mind, they'll be happy to not only help you excel in that position, but like when it comes to going elsewhere, they're usually very happy to write, letters of recommendation and refer you to other future potential employers. All right. And then Shruti, you're only a sophomore, obviously. Yeah.
So I have not.
Oh, wait, sorry. One moment. Anna was trying to.
I want to add an advice to you all who applied and you all who are interested. We have this tendency to want to be liked. And then we say in our cover letters that we like everything, right? We have biology, physics, engineering. From the standpoint of those who are trying to help you or those who are looking for interns, it helps a lot more if you are very precise on what you like. I would like to work in experimental or in theory or in computers, because then you are more attractive. If you in your cover letter is very general and so on, it's very hard to place you, to find someone who finds you interesting. Not because you're not interesting, just because your letter looks like everybody else's letter. Does it make sense? So if you say that you're passionate about the environment, or you're passionate about, clean energy, or you're passionate about nuclear energy, then it's a lot easier to say, hey, look, we have a nuclear physicist here, or a nuclear engineer here. So anyways, sorry about that.
Nope, no problem at all, Anna. Yeah, that's a very good point. And that's like one of the awesome parts about college for me was exploring, like obviously I didn't know what I wanted to do, mechanical engineering. I had no idea what I wanted to actually do with that because it's such a wide field. So there's lots of exploratory options in any given college of clubs and classes, and you get to kind of figure it out throughout so that you can be that more specialized person by the end of it. All right, sorry, Trudy, back to you. So yes, high school sophomore, obviously not necessarily had an internship yet, but what other summer activities do you do, or what skills do you have that you think will be useful when it does come down to applying for internships in the future?
Yeah, so I think kind of back to what Dr. Anna was saying about how you should be kind of having kind of like a specialized skill. So I've been, like I said before, pretty interested in computer science, and I've just been taking a few classes. So I think that when I do apply to internships and when I start doing that, I will definitely look for something where I could, get more experience in coding and, computer science. So but other than that, I think one skill that I have is I do enjoy talking and just collaborating with other people. And I think today that's like a really important skill to have, to just be able to collaborate with other people, because, I think some of the best work happens in teams. So, yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah, I think that also some people kind of demean any experience they have with like other non-STEM related jobs, but like I think part of the reason why I got my first internship was because I had that like customer service job experience that like you're talking about, being able to communicate, get things across not only to teams but to customers. It's always a little bit difficult. So it's a useful skill to be able to have those people skills, the soft skills. So that's definitely something worth pointing out. All right. And then so to kind of wrap up this internship speak, I want to know what each of your guys' dream internship or job is, whether that's a specific company, a specific field. You don't have to know for sure yet, but you know, throw a couple ideas out there. Beginning with Irene again.
I think in terms of dream, I definitely really wish that after I graduated from college, I am really passionate about research in general. So I really want to get into a PhD program that is about social and business psychology, which is both of the field I'm really interested in. And hopefully in the future, I definitely want to do research and basically come up with theory and also statistic, basically to prove that what kind of method we might come out with to actually make the work field better for everyone, that everyone feel included and also everyone feel that they are empowered like within their working environment.
Thank you, Irene. That's something we definitely need more of. All right, Christine, how about you?
So I think I would really like to continue with my internship with LANL. Like I got into a really good group with nuclear engineering, so I'd like to continue that. I've really loved this past summer, and during like the school years, I would hope that maybe not this freshman year of high school, I mean college, of course, but hopefully next year I could start working with research here and getting more experience during the school year as well, and continuing work at LANL during the summer.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up too. A lot of my friends initially got connections from college being just TAs for some of their professors for the subjects that they were more interested in. So it's whether you're a TA or a research assistant, there's tons of like, it's a huge open book. There's lots of opportunities at your school, and professors are always happy to have, you know, an extra set of hands and someone who's actually really interested in what they're doing. So everyone loves to talk about their research. So having someone to listen is quite something. All right, Bianca, how about you?
I don't know if I have a dream job or internship, but I'd really like to try out research more in general. My past internship was just like making cool things and practicing my skills. But I think learning about what kinds of questions do researchers ask and what kinds of things do you have to consider what in the process of researching something, and like if you can actually get a solution or like a conclusion from your research. I think I definitely like more experience from that, because like in school, when you're doing labs and other research, it's already things that have been deduced and it's been set out for you. But like trying to get some more experience in research where you're actually learning and discovering new things, I think I'd like an internship like that. Yeah, definitely.
It takes a long time, honey. we do little steps, make many mistakes, have to turn around many times, reanalyze the data, make new plots to realize that it's completely wrong. So it takes a very long time.
That it does. But hey, being a part of the process, that's something. So, all right, Shruti, how about you?
So I haven't really given much thought to like my dream internship or like a dream job, but I think computer science is just so valuable in like so many different, you know, fields, or just so many different like kind of jobs, if that makes sense. So like there's computer science in laboratories and research and in, you know, companies. But something I've been really interested in is also genetics. And I think there's a huge intersection between computer science and genetics. And I think it would be super cool to be involved in like both. And so yeah, so also kind of what Bianca said about like research, I think that would also be really fun. Yeah.
Perfect.
You should come and hear about the Lano group, who has been doing research on the genetics of HIV to figure out to solve a vaccine. It was all through computer engineering and artificial intelligence. And they use the same process to kind of figure out what was happening with COVID and come up with a genetically engineered, if you want, approach to the COVID vaccine. So if you want, I can send you some links that show how we get the vaccines that have the broader spectrum of coverage, not just one strain of one strain or another strain, right? You need to create a vaccine that can tackle all the strains, and there are beautiful art displays, right? Because you want to do science, but we also need to communicate what you are doing. Otherwise, nobody understands you, not even in a bar. And so they are these nice graph with all the colors that show what they are doing. Otherwise, it would be hard to understand what the hell they are doing.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Trudy, you made a good point. Computer science is pretty much usable in almost any field, like hand in hand, especially in the STEM fields. And also Anna's talking about science communication. That's huge, not only for helping people understand what you're doing just so that you can, get the attention that you need, but also for funding. Specifically, if you're going to do research projects, you got to get, the word across in a way that inspires people to want to back you on that. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to move on. We've got just a couple more minutes left. So are there any questions from our other attendees? I don't see any in the chat yet. If not, I've got a couple more general kind of open-ended questions that I'll start with, but please feel free to drop anything in the chat if you have more questions. Okay, this one's a little bit of a funny one, but if you could go back in time and talk to high school you or earlier high school you, middle school you, sure. What words of either encouragement or advice would you give them? This one's a little bit, in the headspace, I guess, but I feel like there's always lessons learned. So, Irene?
For me, I personally definitely tell her that take it easy and also have faith in yourself. You need to be more, you should give more credit about like what you had done, because I feel like in high school, a lot of time, because everyone is aiming to go to a good college, there is this imposter syndrome that like you always think that like everyone is doing so much and I'm not doing enough. But it's really important to recognize that like you're doing the most you could at that time, and also that like you're enough. That's really important, and you're really valuable. So like taking self of yourself is really important. Yeah.
You should
Yes.
come and sit next to me in the office so I can hear your speech every day.
Yes,
I
just
need
imagine
that.
Irene sitting on your shoulder, all of you.
Just
You are
reminding
enough.
me. I have this little fish in my office. I made a joke with the students on the summer physics camp, but we need to do like Nemo and Dory, just keep swimming, right? Just, when life gets you down, what do? You just keep swimming. So this fish is in my office to remind me of that. So Irene, you are more than welcome to New Mexico.
Everybody's going to be visiting Anna by the end of this. All right. That was awesome, Irene. Thank you very much. All right, Christine, any advice or encouragement to your younger self?
Yeah, I would encourage my younger self to just like keep persevering. Especially for me, I think it would be with like seeking out opportunities. Like I can get really afraid of just like trying new things and like having to do things like on my own, I guess, and to just like embrace that and know that things aren't going to go to plan, but that's okay. And to just like roll with it, keep on swimming, keep persevering, and making the best out of those new experiences.
Perfect. Yes, definitely some good advice. All right, Bianca, how about you?
I'd also tell my younger self to pursue more opportunities because like it's hard to know if they even are out there if you don't go out looking for them, right? So I used to just think, oh, there's nothing for me to do here right now. I'll deal with it when I'm like older, when I'm in high school or something. But there's always things you can do to help develop yourself, I think.
Definitely. And there's some really good resources. I'm sure each of your high schools or colleges have like a specific resource center for, all those internship opportunities. And it's like literally someone's job to find all these postings and, compile them so that it's making it even easier on you to find those opportunities. All right, Trudy.
I would probably just tell my like middle school self to just like stop comparing yourself with other people, because that will like there's no benefit that you're getting from doing that. And I just think that's like something that early on, like before, I'm so happy that I realized this before going into high school, because it's just important to focus on yourself and not putting yourself down when looking at someone else. So yeah.
Most definitely. In this digital era that we live in, it's so easy to see all these people online that you're like, oh, I'm not like them. It's like, there's a reason you're not like them, because you're you. Yeah. All right. So we're going to wrap it up here. I think if I could just chime in on that same suggestion, I would tell my younger self, don't cry over college acceptances, because you're doing what you're meant to be doing. And like, San Diego State wasn't my dream school, and I loved it there. I wouldn't change it for the world. I would have met lifelong friends, had opportunities I could not have had anywhere else. You just gotta, roll with the punches. Like maybe you wanted to go elsewhere, but you're where you're meant to be. All right. So then I'll turn it back over to Dom. Sorry.
It is a very American. I just want to let you know that in other countries, this thing about different colleges coming across as different ranking does not exist. I never had an issue. I was going to go to the University of Barcelona. They had everything, physics, chemistry, whatever, right? So it's a self-imposed, at a certain point, a self-imposed stress in this country that, oh, this college is better than the other college and I want to go there. I lived with my parents until I finished college because there was no reason to move out of college, right? So when you travel and you see different cultures, you can put the things that make you really stress in this country in perspective and realize that what's important is what you are doing. It doesn't matter which college you're going, it's who you're growing to be, how empowered you are, and how you try to do the best of each day. Each day counts. Couch potato, each day counts.
Self-care time on that couch.
And take care of yourself, because how they say it in English, bright lights burn fast. So some people like myself, I managed to make myself sick. I had to quit college for a year because I got sick and I had to quit college for a year, right? So pay attention to your health, your mental health, your physical health, because sometimes your mental health makes your physical health go down the drain, right? So just pay attention to all those things and kind of juggle, right? Until, to get it right for you, which it's right for Irene is not going to be, might not be right for Christine, might not be right for someone else, but it's right for Irene. And I'll shut up.
It's always a good idea to take care of yourself. It took me way too long to learn that. So thank you, Anna, for bringing that up. You can't do anything if you're sick or totally burned out. So I 100% agree. All right, we're running out of time. I think we're at the end. Thank you so much. A big round of applause to all of our panelists for being so open and sharing your experiences. Like I really enjoyed all the questions. I feel like I learned a lot. I'm definitely taking your advice to me. Y'all are so far ahead of me when I was in high school and starting college. It's great to see. And thank you so much, Hannah, for leading the panel. I feel like I'm looking forward to your podcast. Like, I think you should do this regularly. Like, I would listen to all of your episodes.
God, I hate
thank
the
you.
sound of my own voice.
Thank you for leading. And thank you everyone for joining us on a Saturday. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you learned it. We hope that you learned a lot from it. If you like this, you want more, of course, you know we can't stay away for long. There is another Sage Live coming up in October. Oh, look at this. Loy has got a banner going for us. Save the date.
Did we lose her?
Y'all, I just got thrown off. Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. Woo. Too much Sage Live. All right. We have another one coming up in October. Please save the date. Loy is telling me it's Saturday, October 9th. If you're interested, if you want more. Also, you know, we talk a lot during these Sage Lives, but we're always really interested in you and what you're interested in, what you would like to see the next time around. So we also have a survey for you. If you want to fill out, Loy, I don't know if you have the link. Sorry, I got kicked out, so I'm a little flustered. But if you have a topic or you have something that you really want to hear about, please put it in that survey and we'll do our best to address it in the next few months. Let's see. Loy, do you have the link? She's getting it for us. All right, thank you. Oh, there it is, there it is. There it is. I think it's 2 quick questions. If you have a burning topic, we'll do our best to address it. We're always here. We always love talking to you guys and answering your questions and just hearing about what you're up to. That's always really exciting.
Just please click on the chat and then.
Loy, you need to refresh that link, I think.
Yeah, it says you need permission.
Yeah, so you need to.
No.
You need to share the open
With anyone with the link.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, this will be emailed to everyone. So.
Okay.
Thank you, Dominic.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. So good to see everyone. Yes, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Wait.
Oh, I know she's got more.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, just keep.
I don't know if you can read, but I have a whiteboard in my office that says, "Fish are friends, not food. Keep on swimming. When life lets you down, what do? You swim." That's what this whiteboard in my office at Los Alamos National Laboratory says.
She's gonna make me learn how to swim, y'all. I don't know.
You need to swim,
but
honey.
no
No more procrastination. Swimming is important.
Metaphorical swimming too. I don't have a fish, but I have a froggy. Hop along.
I don't think everyone has these cute desk things. I gotta step up my home office game.
All right, Dominique, you want to close the session? Bye, everyone.
Sure, bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Good luck, Christine.
Have a great rest of your weekend.
Go, how you call it? The Red Bulls? No, that Red
Hook
Bull
'em.
is the drink, right?
She
Longhorns. Is the Longhorns?
think it's this, right?
Oh, the Longhorn. Is that? What is that sign? That's really bad. I should
Isn't
know
it
that one.
this? Is it
I
this?
think it
Or-
is
I
this.
didn't dare doing it in case it was something bad.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be careful when you throw up signs.
You
But
never
I think we're
know.
good. I think we're safe.
Yeah.
All right.